course, we have one organ that can see more than our eyes, our hearts. But did you feel the life coming off those images? Did you feel the resonance? It touches something deep inside of us. It's because those images resonate at the same frequency as our core, as our inner child, as our higher self. And you can trust that resonance. You can trust that life. Because it's God in you, and you are it. That which is moved by those images is the divine in you. And it's always there. And it's always speaking. Life. Trust life. In his book, The Man Who Killed the Deer, the author Frank Waters shares a story of a Native American father who is about to send his 12-year-old son into a kiva. A kiva is a ceremonial room that supports a young man in his transition to, well, a young boy in his transition to manhood. And he's sharing with his son the meaning of some of the experiences that he will have. Hence you will be taught as those old first ones were taught, that the pine tree, the corn plant, have a life as we, but that they may be used, and that they accede to their sacrifice for the maintenance of all life. You will be taught that the eagle, the trout, the deer, each has a life as we, but that they may be used, and that they accede to their sacrifice for the need of the progression of all life. But through all these truths will run the one great truth, the arising of all individual lives into one great life, and the necessary continuance of this one great life by the continual progression of the individual lives which form it. You will learn that this continuous progression seems to extend infinitely into time. But you will learn likewise that time also is an infinity. And he concludes, and that is life. Life must be lived, not learned from. And that is why, in full consciousness only is there freedom. And that is why you learn awareness, to live life in full consciousness, in freedom. Life must be lived, not learned from. You may think that's a strange thing for a unity minister to say. Because unity, our basic model, the basic model, classical model of unity ministry is a teaching model. And there is a place for teaching. I am learning from teachers all the time. There is a place for that in my life. I'm not about to let them go. There is a place for thinking about faith. I do it a lot. There is a place for reading spiritual texts. I know most of us do this on a regular basis. And there is a profound place for writing down our beliefs, our thoughts, our feelings, our experiences, because that process is life transforming. There is a place for all of it. And the longer that I live, the more I am brought to the realization, the felt reality, that the greatest living faith, my greatest freedom, is in living fully in each moment. Living through here, through all of it, head to toe. Living a full-bodied, sensual, conscious, aware, feeling it all experience of life. And that is the greatest faith, to have faith in all of this. Stuart Alpert and I, you can read along in silent, I'm going to read it out loud. But on the second, this to me is one of the most profound writings on faith I have ever come across. And here's my hope. I don't think that you're going to take every one of these half-page bulletins that I provide each week and cut them out and put them on your refrigerator. Maybe some of them. But this one paragraph you might want to cut out and put in your underwear drawer. I put lots of good stuff in my underwear besides my underwear. Because I see it at least once a day. I do, have faith. This is what Stuart Alpert says. So how can I tell you anything about faith? What I know is that faith is about trusting yourself, your intuition, your emotions, your path. Faith is knowing that whatever you've done in your life is what you needed to do. Or that taking another step for yourself, despite terror, grief, spite, or regret, or whatever else you have to feel, is what you needed to do. Living faith is trusting yourself. Knowing that everything going on inside of you has meaning and purpose and worth. If you simply go to the center, move to the center, with mind and heart of everything you experience, that living faith will allow you to live with the greatest of freedom. And I'd like to close with a poem that Stuart Alpert wrote. And I dedicate this poem to all of us that ever thought that we were the center of the world. It's entitled, An Old Ending, A New Beginning. There's a world out there that doesn't care what I do, where I am, or how I feel. The clouds in the sky don't care. They don't mourn my closings or shine for my openings and my deeper breaths. The trees and flowers, all living, rooted things, don't care whether I watch them through their openings and closings with an open-hearted oneness of life process, or flat on my back in despair. The squirrels, rabbits, or fawns don't care if I watch them play and feel their movements inside of me, so that their play is mine and mine is theirs. Or that I walk through the woods ruminating my lack of spirit. The mountains, streams, or oceans don't care whether I flow with the rains moving toward the sea or build barriers against the world, not to see, not to feel. They don't care. The quiet winds, squalls, hurricanes, sun, moon, or stars, or the center of the cyclone don't care about my moodiness and insensitivity or peacefulness and calm. Their movements or stillness don't depend upon me. And in all of nature's disregard for me lies her grace and beauty. She doesn't care. She doesn't reject. She lives. And when I experience her living and not caring, I experience her eternal waiting and patience for me to return to my sense of oneness. And when I experience her living and not caring, I experience her eternal waiting and patience for me to return to my sense of oneness.